Welcome back to the Internet Story Bureau. Today's case is pretty crazy. That was in France to deal with it. The council advised them to settle. Wow. Their lawyer's smart. This case is a slam dunk. Wow. So the OP accepted his severance and a hefty bonus on top, and that was enough money to last him until the end of his university appointments without extra work. Hey, that's always good. You gotta have to work through university like the rest of us did. That's some hard shit right there. But the OP left a little space in here, because that's not all, like Billy Mays says. But wait, there's more. He's on triple software on this man right here. So he had gone after the new owner's money in this next step. He went after the hotel. He used all his spare time during shifts alone to document every last violation of city, county, district, state, and federal laws he could find. Wow. Like I said, my kind of guy. All these hours, fedora, a trench coat and a cigarette, and he'll be me. Literally. And these things went from minor issues like mold in a sink to some crazy violations like modifications of the building itself. Wow. Ooh. Sorry if I paused for a minute on this one. Every time I pause, I'm reading ahead because this is getting wilder. So this case is crazy, guys. It's twisting and turning like a murder mystery up in here. So the building has some limited form of historical protection by the federal laws. Because this building allegedly was lived in and used by some pretty important historical figures, the OP says, for about 100 years. So every renovation and floor plan change needs to be signed off by a committee, which can take ages, which is true. This is something I work in real life, so I have to do this all the time. Yeah, any kind of change to any kind of historical building, if it's a recognized historical building, needs a lot of oversight. It's wild. It can literally take sometimes like a few years to get certain sign-offs on certain things. And there's also, the OP is saying, a grant paid to the new owner by the government for keeping the building as is, which of course the new owner didn't do that, so he's about to get screwed by Uncle Sam if this is the US. I'm not sure where this guy's at. Uncle Sam, or wherever the federal government is in this area, is about to screw this man that owns this hotel very badly. So the OP's uncle, the lawyer, sent in tons of documentations of every single violation he could find to any agency that would worry about it. So with the mold, it was health code. With the mods to the building, it was building code. With other mods, it was fire safety. And other things was finance and the work police, which was like OSHA. In the end, the building fire inspectors killed the building because the new owner had done substantial renovations to the top floor luxury rooms, which he used himself when he was in town. Wow. Like I said, quite the caper. So the new owner has to pay back all the grants, has to pay fines for all the not authorized alterations to the building that endanger guests, and because stuff was not built right to the fire code, he had to close down shop until the building was fixed, which will take quite a while, by the way, Because again, now that they're onto it, this historic landmark building. So every single change, even to change it back to original, needs to be signed off on, approved, verified, stamped, delivered. It's crazy. And now the OP is going even crazier. He tipped off a friend of his who studied journalism and works at a local newspaper. They still print papers? That would explain how I got my papers. I guess. I still read newspapers. I'm an old man over here. Wow. The paper ran an article on all violations and fines accumulated, which tanked the business once it opened again. And the newspaper's article led to many, many bad reviews. In the end, to afford all the fines, repayments, and building costs, the new owner sold the hotel. Wow. As a cherry on top, all the assholes who had tried to harass the OP lost their jobs. Wow. That's good. Just straight karma. That's your... Depends what you believe in. If it's God, God struck him down. If you believe in fate, fate struck him down. If you believe in karma, karma came back and bit him on the ass. This is fantastic. That's the cosmic judge right there. Oh, that's kind of sad. That's where I had a little bit, guys. Sorry that pause again. Today's case is very riveting. So the people who didn't do anything to the OP also lost their jobs. But they didn't help him either, so he doesn't feel too much remorse. And the revenge cherry on top was that the new owner, whenever he was in town, used to bring home escorts, which in the OP's country is not legal, or not illegal, but he was married. So it took some doing to get that information to the new owner's wife. He probably hired someone like me to hunt them all down. But one of the former colleagues had quit before this had all happened and had her email. So I let her know what the new owner was doing. Wow. Whenever he was out of town, he didn't know what happened, but they divorced in the end. Make of that what you will. TLDR. The new boss hates ROP. So he waited until he got fired, and he sued him for making his life miserable. He took severance, a healthy settlement, sent proof to all the proper authorities of any kind of violation hotel has. Hotel shuts down, but to pay all fines, the man has to sell the hotel. All the man's colleagues lose their jobs, and the boss cheated on wife with escorts, so the marriage blows up. Let's read the first 4 comments, I say. We'll end this with that. A British Redditor says, all the best stories start with, quote, I have a family member who's a lawyer, unquote. That's when you know shit's about to get intense. Very true. OP says, his uncle had a point. If this had just been talk, there would be no grounds to anything. The most ironic part is, they could have sat out the year and ought to quit. Wow. That's what happens, guys. Don't let hate hurt you. Hating somebody's like drinking poison and hoping the guy next to you dies. It don't work normally. Next comment here. Guys like this always dig deeper holes for themselves if you give them the time. They can't help it. That's very true. I know I said 4 comments, but the next 2 are pretty good, looks like. Mr. Tyler's Burden says, okay, this seems more r/nuclear revenge, actually. Also, remind me to piss you off. Very true. OP says he's not very vindictive, honestly. I'm calling BS on that. But in addition to the events above, he had a lot of shit happen in his personal life at the same time. So it might have helped him get that vengeance going, he's saying. Oh, wow. Makes sense. The next comment after that says, OP says I'm not very victim, honestly. OP after destroying someone's life. Accurate. That has been today's episode of Internet Story Bureau. I'm your detective. We're rocking and rolling here. This case was shocking. If you want to see more, come back and see us again. We'll have more cases. And remember, guys, the internet is forever. Whatever you do, whatever you say, people like me can find it. And then we're going to put you on blast on our channel. Alright, guys. See y'all next time. These cases are keep going. Bye.